Hi, I'm Jade Perez, and I'm here with Natalie Hernandez. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Natalie is a Pace University senior with a major in digital journalism and a minor in political science. Today, we are going to discuss her deep love for theater and how it decreased over time due to her fluctuating stage fright.
Yeah.
So, to my understanding, you would describe yourself as a huge theater kid.
Yeah.
How did that interest begin?
So I went to this middle school. I went to Catholic school in my life, and then
Okay.
I started going to public middle school. And when I started going to public middle school, I got involved in musical theater. And I did 3 productions there. I did Willy Wonka, where I was an Oompa Loompa. I did Aladdin, where I was the parrot. And then I did Alice in Wonderland, where I played Alice. And then I was like, theater is my life. I need to be in theater, like, all the time. Like, I want to be a singer. I want to be a Broadway star. And that changed over time.
Out of those 3 plays, really quickly, which one was your favorite?
Thinking back on it now, the funny part, like being a parrot, was really funny. Like
Really?
I was taller than the kid that played Jafar. The play was Aladdin, and I was taller than the guy, so it was like a bigger parrot than a little Jafar in Aladdin. So it was pretty funny. And looking back on that, that was a really fun thing to do.
Yeah. So then that love of theater from middle school, you took that into high school. You went to performing arts high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I read you even wrote your own play in high school.
Yes,
How
I
was that?
did.
Can you describe that a little bit?
So I went to a little, like, tiny high school in Times Square called Repertory Company High School for Theater Arts. And there I spent a lot of time around people who were just as talented as I thought I was. Like, I thought I could sing really well. Not the best singer. And over time I was like, maybe this isn't what I want to do. Like, I don't want to be on stage. I don't like it. So I got involved in, like, costume crew and behind the scenes. And every year, like your senior year of high school, you have a senior thesis project. And my thesis project was to write a play. And then I wrote a play about actually a rape trial. And because of that, it got put on Broadway for a whole night. And it was a really, really big deal. And it was like the best thing that ever happened to me in high school. And it was really great.
What made you want to write a play about that content specifically?
Yeah, around that time, 2 big stories were happening.
Mhm.
Brock Turner, his trial had just happened. And I was just very hurt about the way, like, everyone was talking about it and was talking about the victim in that trial. And then the other one was Kesha, like, her whole lawsuit with Dr. Luke. And those 2 stories, I was like, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, the day before the project was due, and I was like, I'm going to write a play about a rape trial. And I did it, and then through time I edited it, we did a production, we practiced it as a group, like my high school, like, we were put into groups, and we auditioned it for Broadway, and it got put on the American Airlines theater stage.
So during all of that, kind of transitioning from being in plays in middle school and then writing your own, how did you develop stage fright?
I think it was really just being around so many talented people. It was like, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe this isn't, like, I don't have that same passion or drive to audition for all these plays that all of these really, really talented kids do. Like, I don't want to be dancing in a costume, like, every day. And, like, over time, like, the writing portion and, like, the creativity portion, like, I was doing costumes, I was writing, I was helping to, like, stage manage, and those kinds of things were more interesting to me and, like, more fun to me than being on stage. And, like, I was already nervous because everyone's so talented, so
Right.
it's like, I'm a small fish in a big pond, one of those metaphors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that creative and like writing process, did that kind of jump into your desire to be a digital journalism major?
Yeah, I always knew I wanted to do something that I enjoyed and something that I was good at. And writing was something I was good at. I was like, maybe I'll be a creative writing major, an English major, but then because of that play that I wrote, I got really into, like, watching the news. And
Yeah.
with the Brock Turner case, I started paying attention to the news and how people were reporting about it a lot. And there was this journalist, I'll never forget her name is Ashley Banfield, and she actually read, like, the victim's statement from the Brock Turner case on TV, and I was like, that's what I want to do with my life. It was, like, my senior year, and I was like, I want to be a journalist. Like, I'm a good writer. I want to use my voice. I have done theater before. Let's find something that can integrate all three.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you ultimately want to be a news anchor. Like, that's your dream job.
As of right now, it is.
Yes.
But with me, I'm so flip-floppy. Things
Right.
could change. But yeah, I
Do
really,
you-
really want to be on the news.
Do you think stage fright could affect that, possibly?
Yeah, it does definitely
Yeah.
now. Like, even taking classes, I'm, like, afraid to speak or afraid to, put myself out there. But I think I know what I want, and I know I want to be an anchor or even in the field reporter, and I have to get over that. So I have to push myself to do things that make me uncomfortable every day to do the best at my job. And, like, I want to be the best.
Yeah, so just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, it's awesome. And in a way, I mean, theater and acting, how would you describe the similarity between theater and broadcast journalism? Because in a way, you are kind of acting in front of the camera.
Yeah, I definitely think there's, like, a persona that, like, broadcast journalists have to hold. Like, they have this confident, I'm going to tell you the news and you have to believe me that I'm telling the truth. And I think that stage presence or that television presence, like, that's not something that just comes, like, naturally to everyone. And, like, if you have it, like, you can do it, And I think it's the same thing with acting. Like, some people can develop that skill and some people are just naturally have it. I think.
Well, you've got it.
Thank
Thank you again for joining me. Once
Thank
again,
you.
I'm Jade Perez, and I'm here with Natalie Hernandez.
Thank you.